Welcome everybody to Astral Chain Impressions. I am the Seventh Sword, and I wanted to talk about this game because I've played a good amount of it so far, and while I have not beaten the campaign, I've put in about, I don't know, 15-20 hours at this point, and I feel like I'm qualified enough to give an impressions video. I wouldn't want to do a full review yet, just because there's still a lot more to discover in the game, but I see the general direction on where it's headed, and I wanted to give my overview on it, and just let you guys know if it's worth it or not. So, let's dive in. So this isn't going to be like a formal review, so I'm not really going to have the presentation, sound design, graphics, and all that stuff. I'm just going to give my opinion on how it's going so far, and how it starts. This is going to be pretty spoiler free, but obviously I'm going to be showing clips from the game, so if you want to go into it totally blind, you might want to go ahead and exit here, as I'm going to be showcasing some gameplay and some of the skill trees and whatnot. But obviously, since I haven't beaten it yet, I don't have everything unlocked, so just wanted to give you a little bit of a warning, just a little bit of a heads up. So the game starts off very simple in the beginning combat wise, but it takes off very quickly shortly thereafter. So don't go in the game expecting it's going to be this style of combat the whole way through, because it quickly picks up and it opens up immensely later on. Like, you'll see where it goes and you'll just be like, oh man, you'll be floored. Because I was floored. I was like, dang, that's really cool. So you start off the game with just a simple baton and a gun and a dodge roll, but then you quickly get your Legion, and from there it just keeps on building and building and building. The world is really cool. The game, so right now the game has a linear kind of fashion to it, where you kind of go to an area for a mission that's very mission structured. You do a mission, complete it, go on to the next mission kind of thing, and it's nice because you have these kind of open-ish environments as you go through, but they're not very big. You explore them, there's cool stuff to do, there's some side missions and citizens and stuff you can help out because you play as a police officer, and you can even clean the city up of trash, which is pretty cool. But what's really awesome about the game is actually the fact that it feels like an anime. So I kind of wanted to roll this into a talk anime almost, but nah, it's a game, so it's definitely talk gaming. But I like it for that aspect because there's characters in the police station that you meet. There's some pretty wacky characters out there, and of course you've got your twin sister, twin brother, whoever you choose to play as, because you can choose to play as male or female. But so far I am really enjoying the game. I read an article that, I don't know who it was by, I'll probably post it up here, you know, in the editing, but there was someone who reviewed it and they said something about it being a button masher, and that is further from the truth. I mean, maybe if you play on the casual mode, you casual, but you unlock more combos for your weapon as you level it up, and as you gain more allies to your party, I'll just say the variety of attacks that you can pull off is quite astounding, and how you can react. So with your dodge roll, for example, when you react, you have some attacks that you can pull off from that. When you get hit and knocked back, you can recover using some attacks just like that. You can pull in your ally, and then they have specific command attacks that you can do. You can switch them around on the fly once you start playing and getting further in. There's just so much variety to it, and the combat to me isn't getting stale, and you can upgrade so much. The skill trees, each one of your party members has skill trees, so you can upgrade those. Your weapon, like I said before, gets upgraded, adding new attacks and stats and all sorts of stuff. So I mean, I just don't see it. I don't know what other games that person is comparing this button mashing to, but I mean, while it's not as complex as some really deep combat mechanic games, I'm trying to think of one here. Let me think of a really deep combat mechanic game as this. I mean, it's fun. Like, it's not going to be like a fighting game in terms of like Street Fighter with your button combos, but there are some things that are similar. You have some input commands to the controls. It's basically Dark Souls with a little bit more depth in terms of the combat, because you have a variety of attacks with one weapon, or, you know, with one weapon that can change into different modes. Now, Dark Souls overall has a lot more to offer technically, because you switch between so many different weapons and spells and things like that, but this has more versatility in just the gear that you have, because you have so many different styles of attacks that you can pull off, when to pull them off, and all that timing is key, and it's really cool. So I don't know what that person's thinking, because a button mashing just requires no talent, whereas this still, you have to get the timing down. You have to hit the button at the right moment in order to execute these. And again, there's some other attacks that you can do that require some finesse as well. So I wouldn't say this is a button mashing game. Button mashing games, you just keep tapping A. That's a button masher. So no, I don't see it. But anyway, so just moving on to my final thoughts on this impression video. The game, I like where it's going so far. I love the world, I love the characters, everything is, it's really fun. It's one of those games that I'm at work and I'm thinking, oh man, I want to go back home and play this game. And I haven't had that in a little bit, in quite a minute. So far I recommend it. It's worth the 20 hours I've put into it so far. But like I said, once I beat this game, I will give it a full review on Talk Gaming, so be on the lookout for that. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up as to what my thoughts were on it at this point in time. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.